Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis, and from the Pistani Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Superb.
Excellent.
That was a,
Excellent. I
that
have
was a
a,
previous review, Seth. Sorry.
oh, yeah.
What did I do?
Nothing. You see, you said superb. I said that was a
Yep.
previous review. So,
Superb.
You can find out just how superb it is.
Yes, I get the reference now. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. Once
all
I
right.
smelled the alcohol and looked at what we were talking about, I
There you
got it.
go. So today we are talking about the Fonseca Edición MX Cedros. Cigar is a Toro-ish, 6.25 by 52. Comes out of the My Father factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Mexican San Andres. Binder filler both from Nicaragua. Price point's $12.50. Cigar was released in March of 2024. So with all that out of the
Before
way,
you get to Seth,
yes.
can you just leave that up?
Yeah.
So I marked, and it doesn't factor into the score for anyone out there who's listening to this, but come on, guys. Look at that. Look at that presentation. How is that not a very
No,
good presentation? You got
I knew
a
that you were going
ribbon
to do this.
foot
I knew you
bed.
were going to do this. I
You
knew this
got
was
the
going to
cedar
happen.
sleeve. You
It's a
got the
trick.
three. I'm just saying, look at
You
it.
know what? You know what
Look
the
at it.
problem is? This is whenever this we're doing this right away? Fuck it.
Oh, we're doing it right away.
This is the same EP Carrillo shit. This is like fucking Soviet Russia. I'm just gonna paint over the rust. And that's what happens. If you take all that fancy, listen, the cigar looks great like that. It really does. But I'm telling you, everyone who's watching this, you take off that beautiful cedar, which I should have smoked it with a cedar on it, and then all those bands, and it's a fugly, fugly Mexican wrapper that if
Lipstick
it
on a pig.
delivered, if you it's like we need a dick pic of it. You know what I mean? So it's just it's let's get into this. I mean,
Go for it.
underneath the beautiful packaging, because the green does look good against that Mexican, I'm not gonna lie. First third opened up just mineral earth flavors, pepper spices, dry earth, faint cocoa, coffee bean. I knew we were going down a dark road from the get-go. I mean, it was just fucking bad. I mean, it was The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I mean, if you read that book, seen the movie, I mean, it's
So
just
dark.
it ain't ending well, man. We're coming across cannibals along the way. Um, Second third was really right on line with that. Final third, you could just pick the mineral notes growing. As I knew that every point it was going down, Cigar Aficionado had it going up to a 98. The final third was just tough. I mean, it was just like lead, and I know like that pencil lead and minerals, and it's
Graphite, baby.
like, yeah, that graphite. I just had a pencil in my eyes, and somehow I just kept that medium strength of body. I'll give it that. So burn and draw were, John.
Yeah, it was definitely a darker, I call it a darker toasted profile in the first third. I thought the first third was good. Toasted earth, tobacco, earth and wood on the finish, but it was balanced. It wasn't oppressive on the palate. A little bit of creamy spices, medium full earth was kind of where it settled in. Leather in the post draw, leather kind of built in strength to match everything else that was going on because it started out kind of at the light plus category. And then kind of around the 30-minute mark, the leather went back to about medium. And so everything was kind of in balance. So for me, the first third was good. I think you probably have to like that kind of profile to enjoy that. But I think the flavors that were delivered were good. And I think they were balanced. Everything kind of took a step back in the second third. Started out okay with creamy spices, earth and wood, but as it progressed, there was this real dryness in the palate, leather and dryness, which is just not a good combination for my palate. And the wood kind of went up to medium plus. There was some dark chocolate that offset a little bit on the retrohale, but I don't think there was enough here to sort of salvage that second third. And man, when you go into a last third, and it's not a great start, you know that like this is going to be a really rough 45-50 minute finish for those out there who don't smoke robusto in 30 minutes. It started out with just wood, and I'm like, oh my god, no. And then medium spices, I'm like, okay. And then this really aggressive tannic wood in the post draw, which was almost full bodied, and I was like, oh no. because if it starts out that way, it's not going to recover. And so Earth and Leather joined the post draw. So it was just so aggressive on my palate. And as it continued, the Earth and the Leather were kind of fighting back and forth. And like Seth was saying, it was just so mineral forward, so bitter on the palate. And it just got worse as it went on. Just a really, really rough finish to the cigar. I wish it kind of finished the way the second third was. The good news is the burn was excellent. Just really, really razor start. There was some minor waviness to the first third, but you'd have to be a nut bar to care because it was so minor. Draw for me had a lot of resistance to it. I've marked it as 3.5, 4 notches into the resistance spectrum, so pretty snug. All that to say, it's kind of reaching for average, I think, is an experience for me. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, this started with earth, light leather, and the faintest of black pepper. I got some toasted cedar that joined a bit later. Second, third saw the profile become pretty dry and some wood bitterness joined in. Final third saw the wood bitterness ramp up and some heavy minerality joined in. Pretty average flavor profile through the first 2/3, kind of focused around that earth, toasted cedar, leather, and black pepper. Final third took a step down with the wood bitterness and really heavy minerality that was going on there. So pretty smooth smoking experience through the first half, but then got quite out of balance after that. So not a great showing. Another Mexican wrap cigar that just isn't really that exciting. I just don't have much interest in coming back to this. I'm gonna say maybe the worst Mexican wrap cigar I've smoked this year. So yeah. All right, let's get into the scores. Start at the top with John at 5.3. I give it a 5.15 and Seth gave it a 4.43. So John, defend having a high score of 5.3.
That might be the lowest high score panel review we've ever done. And, normally I think we're fairly fair about the way we score. I think 5.3 might be a little generous. And I say that as this, construction kind of helped it a little bit. This cigar is really in the low fives. And what I mean by that is this is where you're like, you'd have to kind of give me money to try this again kind of territory, which isn't, I don't even mean offensive, but I mean, like, if somebody's like, hey, do you want to smoke this? I'd be like, no, even if it's free. It was just a really unbalanced profile. And I think the trap was the previous Fonseca they did was brilliant. Like, it was just fantastic. It was everything great. And this is, I guess, the complete opposite, really. So 5.3 kind of matches up well. I would definitely not smoke this, even if it was given to me for free.
My 5.15 matches up well. Below average flavor profile. Construction is pretty good, just a little wavy, a little tighter draw than I prefer. Nothing, nothing to complain about really there. It was just flavor was just a letdown. So yeah, like John said, I just don't have any interest. I'm not going to try a different Vitola, see if I get, if one smokes better than the other. It's not worth my time. All right, so 4.43.
The trap was in the packaging, John.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they got you with that 5.3 right there. That very good right there. Yeah, 4.43 for me. I mean, that's, when I go low, man. I'm
Can
like
I have my
Michelle
money
Obama.
back? Can I have my money back?
Got my money back. No, man, we bought it. It's too late to give its freedom. I smoked them. Gosh, if any of y'all are smoking it while watching this, bless you. So it's brutal, man. It's rough.
Yeah,
it's tough stick. It's a tough follow up to that original Fonseca, which is a really, really good Nicaraguan puro.
Well, so let's get into it. I don't really get kind of what the thought process was. Like, this is such a departure from the original. Like
what?
It's almost like they have nothing to do with each other. You know what I mean? Like, you've gone in such a radical shift, both in overall strength profile, but also going to the Mexican wrapper. It's just got nothing in common whatsoever with the new reblend, and I'm just flabbergasted as to like this release, because it just seems so out of line with what I thought they were doing. Which
yeah.
I mean, no joke. That original new relaunch was, I mean, I think it landed on top 25, didn't it?
Believe it did.
I thought it did. It was quite good, I thought.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that most all the stuff out of my father, the Mexican rap, has not really been that great.
Mm.
So,
well, get comfortable because Mexican rapper is going to be the most common used rapper over the next like 14 months. So
yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of this.
Yeah. All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Edición Mexico.